Hi, Grandma Debbie here. All right, so today we're going to make two different peanut butter cookies. The first one we're going to make is called Mrs. Fields Peanut Butter Cookies, and it's coming from this cookbook, which is basically Copycat recipes. And I've never had a Mrs. Fields peanut butter cookie. I've had chocolate chip, but never the peanut butter. So this should be good. The other one is my normal recipe that I do all the time. I thought it'd be fun to compare the two to see which one I really like and which one I don't. So, or if I like them both, I don't know. The other one is super, super simple. This one has a few more steps than the Mrs. Fields has a few more steps than my normal one does. So we're going to see which one is the best. All right, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a bowl, we're going to do our flour, which is 2 cups of flour. Now I've already measured out 1.5 cups of brown sugar. All right, that's our 2 cups. And then we're going to measure out baking soda. So 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're just going to kind of mix this up. And then we're going to set it off to the side and start on the next process. So I'm just going to move this off to the side. We're going to get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our butter. So you're using 1 cup of butter. And you're going to cream it on medium speed. I'll get it off there. All right, now we're going to add in 1 1/4 cups of sugar. All right. And we're going to beat this until it comes to a paste. Okay, looks like it's come to a paste. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in 3 eggs. Then we're going to add in, we're going to add in 1 cup of peanut butter, and you want to use creamy peanut butter. I'm also going to wipe down the sides. And then we're going to add in some vanilla. And we're adding in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It's looking good so far. Alrighty, so we got that done. And now we're going to let it until it gets, we're going to continue on beating this until it gets light and fluffy. Okay, so that's light and fluffy. And now we're going to add in our, we're going to gradually add in our flour mixture and then our brown sugar. And we're adding in 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar. And this is going to be on low speed. And I got flour all over the counter. How do I do that? All right, now for our brown sugar. Okay, and all right, it's all mixed. We're done. So now I need to preheat the oven to 300, and we're going to get this on a cookie sheet. Okay, so I got my oven preheating to 300, and now we're just going to start spooning this out. Now, these are going to cook for 10 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to get 2 trays going, and then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator so it stays a little cooler. It's a little warm in my house right now. So here's the first batch that will be going in. Now, since I've never made these before, I'm not exactly sure how far apart they should be going. So I'm just guesstimating here. Oh, I forgot to do the crosses on here, the criss-cross marks. I can't believe I forgot that part. All right, so then we're going to take a fork and we're just going to kind of go just to form some little. This dough is really, really, really soft. All right, I'm going to get these in the oven. Get the dough in the refrigerator for a little bit until the next batch is ready. Okay, so the first batch is done. It did take 25 minutes to even get it to looking this way, but you're cooking it at 300 degrees, so that didn't surprise me too much. So the other tray is still in there cooking. I'm going to leave it in there for a few more minutes, but I'm going to get these onto a tray and then I'm going to start the next round. Okay, we're on to the very next peanut butter cookie. I still have one batch in the oven, but we can go ahead and get started on making our dough. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add in, this one is very, very simple, does not take a whole lot of ingredients. So we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. And I think that's why I love this one so much, is because it doesn't require a lot of ingredients. You know, and I think I'm going to take this off until I have everything in there. And then I'll put it back on. All right. We're going to add in a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Whoa. Well, I did more than a half. And I spilt it all over the place. I hate when I make messes, but it happens all the time. All right. Then we're going to add in 1 egg. And a cup of peanut butter. Super, super simple, correct? Hardly any ingredients whatsoever. Like I said, I think that's why I like this one so much, is because it doesn't require a lot. And it's super simple. This recipe, I've also made it ahead of time and put it in the freezer and then had dough when I was ready to make cookies. What I like about doing that is that if I feel like making only 2 cookies, then I can. And it's not that big of a deal. Now I guess my house is extremely hot right now. It's supposed to be 113 today, or 14, I don't remember. It's going to be really hot. So what a time to make cookies, right? So I think once I get this dough mixed, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes and let it get cold so we can work with it. Because it's just, I mean, the peanut butter is just extremely soft. All right, here's our cup of peanut butter. Okay, put this back on. And then mix. it's all mixed. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator so that it has a chance to firm up a little bit more. And then this is going to be cooked at 250 or 350, 250. Don't do 250. But this is what it looks like. All right, I'm going to get it in the refrigerator, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got the last batch out. I increased my temperature to 350. Now, the nice part about this cookie dough is that all you do is pinch off a little bit, roll it into a ball, and put it on the tray. And I think that's what I like the most about this, is that there's hardly any work to this at all. So, yeah, I really like that part of it. All right, so we're going to keep on going. Now you can also drop this by spoonfuls. I've done that as well. This way works a lot better. And if you choose to put this in the freezer, it's really super simple. All you do is do this part, get up to this point, roll them in their little balls, put them in the freezer, flash freeze them for a couple of hours, and then take them out, put them in a freezer safe container, and then you have cookie dough for whenever you want to do a batch of cookies. Now, I do like to do that because once in a while I just want a couple of cookies, and that makes it really nice because then you can do that. So now these are going to go into the oven for about 10 minutes. A lot less than the other ones. The other ones ended up taking me 22 minutes to 25 minutes per batch. All right, so this one's going to go into the oven, and I'll bring you along for the rest of, or after they're done. Okay, I forgot to do the little marks on here. And did I say I was putting them in the freezer or in the oven? Well, they're going to go into the oven. And I am going to have my husband also, when he gets home from work, to taste these and tell me what he thinks of the two, which one he likes best. I have a feeling it's going to be these ones because these are a little harder of a cookie, and he likes harder cookies. He doesn't like soft cookies. If it has a crunch, he's happy. All right, so these are going to go into the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, the first batch of the other one has come out. Now these are slightly smaller than the other cookies, which is what I think what I like about these so much too, is the fact that they're simple and they're not huge. So, but they're going to sit here for a few minutes, then I'm going to get them on a tray so that they can continue cooling. All right, and then I'll bring you back for the taste test. Okay, so they're both cooled off. So we're going to take a bite of the first one, which was a Mrs. Fields cookie. It is crispened up a little bit, I guess, since it's been sitting there, but this is what it looks like. That's not bad. It's pretty good. All right. And then we're going to take a bite of the other one. Two different textures, two different types of flavoring. They're so good. They're both of them good. So I don't know which one I like best. You give them both a try and tell me which one you like best. All right? So I'm going to have my husband taste them. I'm not going to tell him which is which and see what he says. All right? So, but right now, they're both good to me. I'm sure, though, he'll have an opinion. All right. Well, I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that you've had an amazing day. Everything's going well for you, and that you're enjoying your day. Hit that like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon. Once again, give both these recipes a try, and let me know what you think of them. Bye.